Welcome back to another episode of the For the Healthy Health podcast.
Where we talk about conscious living, self awareness, and everything in between.
I'm your host, Ree.
Sunset Tim,
Thank you for joining us and allowing us to be a part of your journey.
how you feeling?
I feel good. Yeah, I really don't. I just feel good. Happy to be here with you. I wanted to fight you this morning.
That's cool. You could have did that. Ain't that hold you back? You could have
I
did
wanted
that.
to fight you this morning, but I'm in a really good place right now.
You ratchet to say I'm ready to bang, but now I'm in a good place.
I mean, it is what it is. How are you?
I'm good. I've been very determined lately. I've been on my shit. I've been on my time management better than normal.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Trying to think, just really on my go get it kind
Well,
of
what
vibe.
you say the other day when you was cleaning the room? I was like, "Why are you? What are you doing? Why are you doing that?" You,
Oh yeah, and yeah, I was cleaning the room, just throwing stuff out. What we didn't use no more, didn't want no more stuff we talked about all the time doing.
yeah,
But finally went and dig. I was like, I'm making room for my new blessings.
making room for the new. I was like, "Ooh,
Got to be prepared for it. If you want things, you got to prepare for it. You know what I mean?
yeah. You got to make space for it. Even if it's like an energetic cleanse, you have to make space for the abundance that's coming your way." And then what's crazy? We went to the thrift store literally the next day, and y'all, we got a new rug.
I've been wanting a new rug. We've been wanting like Oriental kind of style.
Yeah,
And the places we went to, they was a little bit out of my budget for a rug.
yeah,
One
like
place we went to was
three,
like
four, 5,000.
1,000. Like I ain't at the point right now I'm paying four G's for the
Not
rug.
right now.
And we went to a local thrift store. We had went to a bigger city to go find one.
Mm-hmm.
Went to a local thrift store and found one for a dub.
Yeah, I think sis didn't know what she had.
She didn't know what she had, but
She
I
didn't
I, I
know.
appreciate Shawty though.
I appreciate it. It's really beautiful. And we found a nice record player as well,
We
vintage
did
record player. We gotta
crazy.
fix the needle on
Yeah,
it,
we
but
got to
it
add a needle.
works.
But it was crazy. Yesterday's thrift went stupid. And we got a clock for the room.
And we got a clock. The alarm is I woke up,
That motherfucker like
y'all.
a missile testing sign. That
I thought
motherfucker
the house
is
was on
like
fire.
it's crazy. That motherfucker gonna get you up. Like it's gonna get you up. But that's just like an example. Like I said, just be prepared. You gotta prepare yourself for the shit that you say you want.
Yes.
I mean, make room for that, sis.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that was the word I needed that day, for sure.
I, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? I'm glad I can provide you with that.
I'm glad you can too. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Now how y'all is from the cubes? First off, didn't somebody like put in their story like the quote I said last episode was like,
What you say?
I'm anti-travel. I just need a new rug, and
Yeah.
manifested that new rug just like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just speak it into existence sometimes too. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But how y'all feeling from the cubes?
How are y'all from the cubes, from the cubicles?
Cubes. So with that being said, what are we rapping about today?
So today we are doing a Q&A episode. It's been a while since we did one, and although I had to like screenshot the questions, the questions, the questions, we kind of going into this blindly. We haven't like
Yeah, I don't
really
know none
looked
of
at.
them
He
at
don't
all.
know any of
I
them.
don't
I
know any
kind
of
of seen some of them, but I think that's good because it'll be
Mhm.
like a
Pretty raw.
pretty raw. Like,
Mhm.
we'll be answering off of instincts and I guess an experience as well.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Let's get crazy.
let's get it. How not to feel angry over someone who has wronged you in the past with no closure involved.
You want to go first?
I'll go first because in my last episode that I did solo, I kind of talked about forgiveness. And I think that the misunderstood part about forgiveness or having a falling out with someone
Mhm.
is we suppress our emotions. We think like, I'm not gonna let them get to me. I'm not gonna be angry about it, X, Y, Z. But I think it's important to feel these emotions, and this is quite the contrary.
Contrary. That's number two. That's
Contrary.
number two. I'm gonna keep counting on you. Two.
Please don't. Contrary. Like what other than what we're taught. We're not taught that. We're taught to like suppress our emotions. But I think it's important to be angry. Be angry with that
Mhm.
person. Feel all the feels, feel everything that you need to do. But recently, if you haven't heard the last episode, I don't even know if I had did it yet in that episode. I think it was quite like the next morning after. I wrote a letter to my dad, forgiving him. First, I expressed how angry I was, how much I felt like I needed him in my childhood, and just all of the feelings that I have. And I cried. I literally came to tears when writing that letter to him. And I told you, I've never, like, all the years I've been alive and been without a father, I've never cried about it.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was the closure that I needed. I needed to actually acknowledge, like, hey, I needed you. I feel like I hadn't been keeping it real with myself. And although this seems to be like a different, no, this is the same scenario. I was about to say, but angry with someone who did you wrong. But anyway, I think that's what needs to be done. You need to feel those emotions. Write a letter. He'll never see it. That letter will never see the light of day. But a lot of times, forgiving someone is about, matter of fact, all the time, forgiving someone is about you.
Yeah.
It's about releasing that negative energy so you can move on with your life and with your journey. But yeah, just feel the feelings, write a letter, burn it. You know what I mean?
I agree. And anger ain't necessarily bad.
At
It's just
all.
bad when you make decisions out of anger, you know what I mean? And you make permanent feelings within inside you out of anger. That's where anger really comes in
Mm-hmm.
to do damage to your everyday life. It's not a bad thing. You just can't make decisions from it. And like you said, just feel it all. And letting go of the anger is letting that guard down on a piece of you. You know what I mean? Because if
Yeah.
you keep the anger up, you just guarding a piece of you that you never gonna let somebody else into.
Facts.
And then now we are becoming, which is so easy to do. We're becoming like a hurt person hurting somebody else. It's such
Exactly.
an easy thing to do because you think you're protecting, you know what I mean, yourself from what could be, but you also blocking yourself from what could be.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle.
It is like so. We have to be careful that we not one of those hurting other people because we hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I would go about that. Or you
Cool.
can hold that grudge. I fuck with that too though. You know how I get there.
That's counterproductive.
Yeah.
I feel like, cause here's the thing. Although I forgave my dad, I still don't fuck with him.
Yeah,
Like, so
yeah. So I
I'm
guess
not holding a grudge, but I
I
just
need a
like,
different term for holding a grudge. I guess like the simplest way, I just don't fuck with you like that.
yeah, like,
We good. I just don't fuck with you like that, bro.
right. And maybe it's some more healing to do because maybe even not. I've said this before in the podcast. I'm just the person that he is energetically interferes with my being.
Yeah,
And so I
yeah.
have to keep my distance and protect my energy at all costs. So I forgive you, but I still don't fuck with you.
Facts. That's what
That's
it is.
okay. Everything ain't always like light and love all the time, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, that's real.
That's a good one. How did you become you? Like, how did you get to this healthy, soft, happy place?
Okay. I like when you pick the questions. I like when you pick them because I feel like I had a little bit of anxiety when I picked them because there's so many questions.
Nah, I just go grab one.
I think I became me. It's definitely like a 10 plus year journey for sure.
Life, really.
It's a
It's
lifelong
life.
journey.
It's
It's a
life.
life, but I mean, when you a kid, like 5 years old, 6 years, I don't know. It's definitely a life. It's
It's a
definitely,
life thing, but I get what you're saying. You started to actually like apply who I am like in the last
yeah,
10 years. Like actually go
yeah.
about the process.
I feel like when the person that you currently are is starting to really, I'm trying to find a word, it's starting to hurt. Like it's starting to hurt you mentally,
Mm-hmm.
physically, spiritually. You know what I mean?
I get you.
I feel like that's when a big leap comes or the change starts to come. But for me personally, I guess I'll do a quick personal story. I had like health issues. I have IBS. And
Mm-hmm.
so I think for me, everything started with that. I began to try to make more conscious decisions on the food that I was putting in my body. I started working out, and from there, everything kind of just fell in line. I went through a little depression a little while ago, and I started to seek knowledge on making myself better and healing myself. So I think you really just have to look at where you are in your journey, think about the things that are hurting you, like, you know what I'm saying, and like
Mm-hmm.
what you can do better to. I feel like I didn't answer that question very well,
I
but
did. Yeah, yeah, you did.
okay.
Second guess you.
Okay.
Right? Mine is sort of the same way. I feel like it's been a lifetime of this thing. It ain't necessarily never, just one part, like a year you start to find yourself.
Mhm.
It's like the pain and things that happen to you, even as a child. All of that is kind of like your flavor. It all just kind of simmers until you actually get to the time period where you want to start to become the best version of you, and that's when you start to mix all these flavors that's been within you, like the pain and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, to speak personally about me, like as a child, I always felt overlooked or underheard. I'm a middle child. Often, like I made like sacrifices for my brothers to have things. So ultimately, I feel like I didn't have a voice for a very long time.
Right.
But ultimately, it led me to like wanting to rap. So motherfuckers could hear me.
Yeah.
Like you gotta hear me now. You know what I'm saying? Small things like that throughout your life is like your sauce, your flavor. It's like it's just simmering up before you can get the recipe right to how you become you. It is something to focus in on. Focus on the things that make you angry, what makes you happy, what makes you feel grateful. All of these things mixed in is how you kind of become this version of you that is healthy, that is, quote unquote soft or whatnot.
Yeah, I love that you said angry too, because I think that's an overlooked emotion,
It
and
is.
it carries a lot of importance. Because, like we've said before, if something really ticks you off, you get angry about that thing. There's some sort of passion there.
Yeah, yeah. You need to hone in on it.
Yeah, but I also want to add, for this person particularly, and anybody else listening, you only see one side of
Mm-hmm.
things. You only see what we're sharing. Don't ever get it twisted. I have my days where, like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's like it's an up and down journey. I have my days where I don't want to do anything. Like, I literally cried this morning, which y'all know how that go. I'm gonna make sure I
You
cry.
gonna get them out.
But yeah, it's an up and down journey, and although you may see one side, there is ugly sides to my
Everybody.
life, to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to reiterate that. But yeah, it's a journey. Take your time with yourself, and if you are looking within, you're going to become the person that you want to be.
How do you maintain your individuality while in your long term relationship?
Mm, that is a good one. I'll let you lead.
Um, One way is just knowing, like we got two parties coming together, and with that being said, she not gonna like everything I do,
I don't.
and I believe me, baby, it's the same way. But you got to give that person room to like not
Be
like it,
them.
and you have to
Yeah.
be comfortable with them disliking it.
Yeah.
I know there's certain things that I do that really like she wishes I didn't do those things.
You thinking of a thing in your head?
Y'all got a couple probably.
Oh, okay.
Me gaming.
Yes. It's not my favorite
I know it
thing.
is not your favorite thing, but that's just something like she has to, I guess I don't know if it's put up with, but come to terms with that it brings me something.
I don't here's my thing. I don't mind you being on the game. I really don't. I don't want to sound like
You ain't gotta explain it. That ain't what this is. But it's just one of them things. That's my example. That's one of the things. But you just gotta be comfortable with your person disliking certain things. You there
yeah.
you're not I don't have a partner so I can always be happy or she always say I'm right or you always agree with me. You know what I mean? I have a partner for how do I put it? Not necessarily difficult things in life, but confronting life. That's the biggest thing. When I confront life, if it comforts me, I'm so grateful to have a partner there with me that
Okay.
lets me know when I'm right, when I'm wrong, when I need to push, when I need to pull, when I need to step back, or when I need to step up. You know what I mean? That is what a partner is for. It's not necessarily for this consistent, lovey-dovey, happy
Right.
thing. No, if you just want, if you just want a yes, motherfucker, go get you a yes, motherfucker. You know what I mean? You can find plenty of people that just like that, just
Mhm.
always tell you you're right, you never wrong. Go get you a yes person. But if you truly want like a partner, um, yeah, you got to be comfortable with the dislikes.
Absolutely. And y'all know I always mention a long time, and it's important to have that time so you can not canned
Three.
so you can truly get to know who you are. But and it just goes back to you talking about being a yes person and agreeing with everything that your partner says. When you have that strong sense of self, you have the courage to say, hey, no, I don't want to do this. Because I know sometimes in relationships, it is easier to just, even like something as simple as what we gonna eat. It's easier to say like, yeah, I want to go here, or but
Yeah, just curving it to one person each time.
yeah, and I know that's like a light example, but
Hmm.
yeah, it's really good to have that a long time so you can know who you are
Yeah.
within your relationship, because it's easy to get lost and lose yourself in relationships.
Oh yeah, easy. Your only identity is with that person for sure. But
Yeah.
and also like let your person have their individual things, and every now and then like if you want to embrace that, I mean you never know. It might be something you might be interested in. Like I'm interested in boxing, and now Ree will watch.
Oh, I will watch
Yeah,
boxing.
yeah.
Yeah,
She fuck with boxing
it's
now.
even basketball. I used to
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
when it's in season. Like I will watch basketball with you.
Are you going to write a self help book? You ever thought about that?
No, I'm not.
You never thought about that?
I feel like if I ever wrote a self help book, it would be a self help book, but it wouldn't be a self help book. If that makes sense. I
I
think
get
if
you.
I ever write a book, it would be more so about like my personal story.
Okay. This one right here. We are overdue for music recommendations from you, Ree. So give me five.
I'm gonna go back to the last question. Would we write a self help book together? That would be kind of cool.
Might write a couple self help book. Maybe so. We've been together for a very long time for some young people.
Or even I feel like a diary type of book would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be straight. We might do something like that. Y'all might get an ebook from us in that fashion.
An ebook, okay. Music recommendations. So
Just give me five. That's it.
Sunset Tim,
I really did not think I was gonna be on that list. I appreciate you though.
Cleo Soul,
That's what I thought was gonna be first.
Salt, which is also Cleo Soul.
Yes.
Who have I been into? Really Cleo Soul. Cleo Soul, Cleo Soul, Cleo Soul, Cleo Soul.
It really is. We've been dominating the airways for you right now. So I give you that. Mine's with I definitely recommend Cleo. Definitely Tim.
Larry June.
I just gonna say Larry June. Um who else do I think?
Erica Badu.
Yeah,
Didn't you know? Didn't
that's
at
a
one
classic.
point that song was like speaking to my soul.
That's classic shit. Who else would I say? Jay Worthy. That's another rapper I like to listen to.
Nipsey Hussle. I was introduced
Hustle.
to a song that's old. It's called None of This with Bino. I'm not a good big fan of Bino. Like I know the West Coast loves
He
Bino.
goaded out there.
I know I can't get into him though. Like cause I love Blast and that's Blast like
That's his
right
dog.
hand man.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, that's
that's
his
his
dog.
guy.
They gonna drop a tape like
I think they
consistently.
literally just dropped
Yeah,
the
yeah,
tape.
yeah. That's six tape three. So blast too. Like yeah,
Blast, love some
hard,
Blast.
hard, boy, hard. I'm trying to think of anybody else I got up. Um, yeah, that's all I got
Brent
right now.
Fayez, first of all.
Yeah, yeah, always,
Love Brent.
always Brent. I can't really think of nobody else right now. My boy Willie Nova.
Willie,
Will,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. My boy Willie Nova. Nova Kane. If y'all want a specific song, crazy. The boy hard. So, what does the perfect day look like for you?
The perfect day. Waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning,
Hmm.
either doing an at home workout or going on a run at the park, a 3 mile run, coming home and getting my girls ready for school because in my perfect day, they're definitely going to school.
Yeah, absolutely.
And coming back home, making me a smoothie, journaling or reading while I'm drinking my smoothie. Um, I really like to go to the coffee shop to do creative work that doesn't involve like actually filming or recording. I love going to the coffee shop and catching the vibes, getting me a hot tea. The tea that I love there is called the Breathe tea. So good. Um, Going on a day with my boo, going to our favorite Ethiopian restaurant after
Mm.
we've gotten our work done. Maybe going to a few thrift stores, picking my girls up, having a movie night, and having pizza for dinner.
That's pretty good. Pretty peaceful too. I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna be a little more. The
Extravagant?
Yes, I did. I did think yours would be
Like what? What's
because you
more?
like to travel.
Okay.
So I thought yours would be a little more something like
Well, I was just thinking my day to
something
day
in the
life.
Barbados. You know, you an island girl.
But I was just thinking like my day to day life now. Don't get me wrong.
I'm already
Would
here.
I live on would you live on an island? Would you live like
Nope. You know I gotta have a cold season.
that's why
So
we should move to San Francisco. I'm trying to get him to move to San Francisco,
she is trying
y'all.
to get me to move to Frisco. So
I think we're gonna flourish anywhere, but I think we would really flourish.
she thinking Frisco, maybe Nashville, Columbus, Ohio too. Columbus is high on my list. I ain't been there yet though, but it's very high from what I see.
San Francisco like number one on my list. But compromise, in relationships. What's your perfect day?
Oh, I
We about to
wasn't.
just move on to the next one
I,
without
I was. I was. Perfect day for me. I wake up after her. I always do. Um, I like to wake up after her too.
why?
I don't necessarily know why. I thought I had a reason why. I usually do have a reason why. I just can't think of it right now. But I usually like to wake up after you. Um,
We're
around
gonna have to
6:30.
revisit that. We're gonna have to revisit the reason why.
I like to wake up after you. I ain't gotta tiptoe and not make noise to wake you up then. So if you already
Oh,
up out the way, then I ain't gotta worry about all that. I ain't gotta move like a ninja through my bedroom.
well that's sweet, but
So
but no, thank you. It's fine.
wake up around 6:30, um, wash face, brush teeth, come downstairs to hot lemon ginger water like usually.
It's tea. Just say tea.
Yeah. Well, it ain't tea. Are
It's
you?
not tea. It is tea because if you think about tea, what is the like? It be herbs and water,
Yeah, yeah. But most times you just put a lemon slice and a little bit of
ginger.
in
It's
it.
tea.
That I say drink a little water, take my probiotics.
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 That's one for you.
No, I did it on purpose. That ain't no one.
No one knows that. No one can be
What?
sure of that.
Anyways, get to my blueberry smoothie. Like we gotta have that every. I have it every day, literally. You'll switch it up. But
Yeah, I switch it up.
I don't need to switch it up. Um, get my daughters ready for school, lunch. After that, maybe come back, make a song. No, fuck. I'm gonna go to the gym. And then come back, shower.
You gonna have a smoothie before the gym?
Damn, you right. I was doing it as I didn't go to the gym, but I do love to go to the gym.
Yeah, because on the days we record the podcast, we've learned that we can't go to the
Yeah,
gym.
yeah.
We'll be tired
It
and
be
can't
on my mom.
think.
But man, motherfucker stumbling over every word. Like it's
Yes.
horrible. But either way it goes, some mixture like that. Podcast or make a
Indoor,
song.
yeah.
Um, go wash my car. I like to do that. You know
That's
what I
pretty
mean?
relaxing.
I like to go wash my car. Maybe a park or a coffee shop hits me pretty well in the afternoon. Um, I like to go shop too. I like to buy stuff, not just say for myself. I really like to get stuff for Bay. Some like surprise for her. She likes surprises,
I do like
but you're a very
surprises.
hard person to surprise though.
Why is that? Because
Cause
I'm nosy.
yes, that yeah, you check emails, you be all in shit that you don't even got no business in. So it's just very hard to surprise you. And then I'm gonna eat my stuff off like you. Good dinner, maybe pizza. Let's say a burger, a curry. I fuck with curry heavy. You got me on like
Yes.
that.
Lentil curry,
I never
so
thought I'd fuck
good.
with curries like I do like burgers or shit like that, but I fuck with a curry.
You're welcome.
I thank you for that. You put me on that.
You're welcome. I love how both of our days was just like low key, and I feel like if you would have asked me 6 months ago,
I
what
should have
happened?
said candle shopping, bro. I don't know why
Candle
candle shopping seems very
shopping.
peaceful. I don't got no candle shopping around here.
We probably do. We probably just got to explore. What I loved when I was in San Francisco, like I have this nice little candle that I got from like a little local shop. There are
Hmm.
like so many small local businesses there, and like I would love to support more businesses like that. But I feel like if you would have asked me 6 months ago, my day would have been extravagant. But what experience has taught me and what you have taught me is to enjoy the small delicacies
Yeah,
of life
I enjoy my Monday.
for sure.
How do you remove people from your life?
Cut them off.
Change the number and move, sis. I don't give a fuck if it's
Change your
and
name.
move all
Get a
that.
new passport.
I don't
I'm
care if it's
just
your mama. I don't give a fuck if it's your mama. Just change that number and move, sis.
I'm
But
kidding.
how do you remove people from your life? Mm, respectfully is how you do it for the most part. If you're removing them for whatever such reason, if you want to let them know, like, hey, I don't think that where I'm at, like, in life right now. I don't know if necessarily this relationship, what I mean, is something that I need right now.
I like that.
So respectfully, it's all love, but I gotta take a step back for myself.
Yeah, and it depends on who you're removing from your life. Like, is it a mom? Or
Yeah, yeah,
it
it
does
do.
it that matters. I feel like when it comes to like friends, especially mm, old me, like I'm a ghost you. I'm just like gonna stop. Like,
Yeah, that's toxic. You, if you want to end it toxic, yeah, just ghost.
but I don't recommend it.
I don't.
I don't recommend doing that. I think it's important to express how we feel and communicate with the people in our life who may not be in our life for very
Yeah,
long, but
yeah.
I think it's important to express how you feel.
Yeah, it's based on how heavy the relationship is too.
Yeah,
If it's light, like y'all really just now meeting and shit like that, like,
not
yeah,
even.
for me, if it's light, it's fucking fuck it.
I feel like, and even it depends on the reason why you want to remove them from your life. Like the depths of that. Because sometimes in friendships and relationships, it may be as simple as we just grew apart. Nobody necessarily did anything, crossed any boundaries or anything like that. In those situations, there may not need to be any like super heavy conversation that needs to be had. And maybe as simple as, hey, we grew apart and I think it's time that we went our separate ways or spend less time with each other. I think it could be as simple as that. But if it's toxic, if it's hurting you mentally, physically, or spiritually,
Fastest way. Yeah, yeah.
you're going to have to block them.
Yeah, yeah. If it's like that, then get out of there as fast as possible.
Yeah, agreed.
But if it's not like that, then I mean, you find better ways. But if it's like that toxic, that bad, get out of there as quick as possible by any means necessary.
Yeah, and it goes back to, I know we want closure in these relationships. Sometimes people on the other end of these relationships may not be mentally
Ready.
ready for those conversations. So you have to get that closure by yourself. Write a letter,
Mm-hmm.
do a voice memo, or what is it called? Your voice notes,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to release it. You have to get it out in order to get that closure, or you're gonna be back answering that phone anytime that person calls.
That's true.
Because sometimes I think it's harder to get out of, and I think that's what this person is really saying. I think sometimes it's harder to get out of relationships than we think it is.
Yeah, all this shit sound is a lot easier said than done. It really is.
Yeah.
Emotions get involved, and you just, what I'm saying, you didn't never really picture cutting this person off, but now it's like they draining you. So it's like, so you gotta find some type of way of dealing with them and their energy. So it's easier said than done, but you definitely gotta start doing it. Gotta tiptoe. You gotta go.
Yeah, choose you.
Choose you. Choose you. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, this is I'm gonna get to that one next. We'll come back to that one. How do you involve your kids into your overall wellness?
Mm. So you want me to go?
I was just gonna say force.
Nah,
Nah, I do. Well, you can go ahead though.
nah. For me, I have to say lead by example. I remember when Aubrey was like 4 years old. I was really big on eating like greens and spinach and stuff like that. And I have this memory in my head where she was eating like her greens and she was like, it's so funny. Like she literally was like, look, mommy, it's so good. But like I could literally see on her face where she fucking hated it. But I would definitely have to say lead by example. That's a perfect example. Your kids see you doing one thing, something healthy for yourself, they're going to imitate that behavior. Even going back to when we were children, I seen my mom do all these things, some healthy habits, some unhealthy. But as children, we are like sponges. We soak everything up. Even if we don't realize it, we're going to imitate the things that we see around us. So leading by example is the number one thing. Number two thing is I try to involve my children in the things that I'm doing. Like our youngest daughter, she loves to help us cook. She loves to put up the groceries. So definitely leading by example and involving them in the activities. Like even when it comes to meditation and prayer, we pray every night as a family. Um, yeah, just little stuff like that. Even in our bathroom, I wrote here recently on the mirror, I am enough. I think it was later that day, Aubrey came down and was like, Mom, I see what you wrote on the mirror there. I really like it. I think it's really nice. That's what she told me. She can hate when I imitate her. She was like, I don't
Oh yeah,
sound
she
like
hate to hear
that, her
that.
little voice. But yeah, just lead by example. And I would say, don't think too much about how to involve them. Yo, damn alarm.
My bad.
Don't try to think too much. Like, don't think about it too hard on how to involve them. Lead by example. You focus on you and living your best healthy life, whatever that looks like for you. Your kids are going to see that. They're going to imitate that. And they're going to start to ask questions because kids be asking questions.
Yeah, it's a lot of questions.
Yeah, so involve them. Answer those questions the best that you can.
Yeah, and force. I know Reed. I'm more like the
Cause I'm
disciplinary one.
grown. Cause I'm grown.
Yeah,
That's literally
yeah.
the example. Why I have to do
You know,
this, Dad?
when we was kids, grown ups would hit me with that. Like, why I do this? Cause I said so. Why? Cause I'm grown. Like, you listen to me.
And I don't like that.
She don't like that, but she often will use that answer sometimes and be like, I see why you do it though.
You can count. It's been times where it be stuff like
But what it is like, especially I'm talking to like a lot of young parents. We had our kid when we was young. What was you
19,
19? I was like 20,
21.
21. Um, they're your kid. Kids are to be raised. We're not here to have this. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. I'm friends, of course, with my kids, but at the same time, I'm their dad. Again, it goes back to that partnership kind of thing. I'm not here just to, agree and say yes to everything they want, candy for breakfast and not eating their veggies and shit. Like, like you said, Aubrey was like making her face. She still would have ate all them greens if it was me. I know what's best for you. I'm your parent. I'm not necessarily like my mom used to tell me. I ain't one of your little friends. Like, no, I'm your dad. So a little bit of it is by force. Like, I know best. You need to follow what I am. I know it might not feel comfortable to you right now, or it ain't necessarily what you want to do. But yeah, you need to eat some of this. You need to act a certain way. You need to go outside and be active. My daughter is a gamer. She's not really with the running shit. She's not really
Nah.
with the sports
So we
shit.
put her in soccer.
So we still put her in soccer. She's still going to do something to get her body going because that's healthy. Even though she don't necessarily want to go do it, she will. I said some of it is by force. We can't forget to raise our kids.
I guess it's the word force that's throwing me
Yeah, yeah,
off.
it's of
But
course
I
it
do
is.
children do need to be guided.
Yeah, they need to be
They need to
raised.
be guided. But in the same breath, they are tiny human beings who are people, who are their own individuals. So I think there's balance with
It
that.
is like I said, we put her in soccer, but I don't force her to go be the best player.
Well, we competitive now. It's like when she get
She
in
is
some shit.
competitive,
When
now,
she
but
get in
that's
some
naturally her. Though. I don't force her that
yeah, when
though.
she get in some shit now, she want to be the best at it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, but naturally, that's what she want. But if she got on the soccer field and wasn't great, it ain't like I'm a forcer. I just want her
yeah,
out there sweating and moving her body and being
that's the most
healthy.
important
That's
part.
it. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna force her to be, Kobe Bryant and no shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yes, force. What we talking about? You grown, they kids, they gonna listen. I ain't.
See, I just don't want someone who I know everybody who listens to our podcast is in the right headspace. But I think, excuse me, with that ideology, some people in the world, like I just feel like everybody don't need to be everybody. First of all, everybody don't need to be raising kids.
No, everybody don't need to have kids.
So I'm just saying, like you saying force, but sometimes like I just feel like it's not good. Like sometimes
We got a good cop, bad cop thing going on here, and it's good though. It's good. Kids need discipline, and they also need the flow. They need, what I mean, a lot of different
yeah,
things. So it's a good balance what we got going on here.
agreed.
Cause I'm ready. I'm ready. I be ready at any point to put some punishment down. I
Yeah,
enjoy it a little bit too much,
and we've
probably.
never whooped our children.
And I never have, but I tell my daughter all the time that
I can't
I
wait till
can't
I whoop your
wait.
ass. I'm like, why would you? I'm like,
I
she's not
can't
gonna do
wait to be a
anything.
disciplinary on her. Can't wait for it. I can't. I'm sorry. I know you do what you do for the kids, and I do what I do too.
I can't imagine. You just want to be this like hard guy on these kids, but you really is soft and you would
I
never
got
do it.
daughters. I am soft on them, but at the same time, they need to know somebody gonna be on their ass if they get out of line.
Yeah.
What color makes you feel right?
Mm. For a long time, I feel like the color purple, but now I'm leaning to green.
Green?
I love green.
Yes, you do.
That's why I love plants. My favorite color is green. You knew that, right?
I did know that. I did.
My favorite color has changed. Do you remember any
Often.
of my favorite colors?
I thought purple was at one point.
Uh huh.
I thought green.
Yeah,
of
it's
course.
green. Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought orange was in there
It
at one point in
was, but that
time,
was before I met you though. So that
but
must
I
have been
knew that
something
though.
I
Look at
told you.
that. That's crazy. That's crazy. I knew
Yellow
that.
was my favorite color. Pink.
Yellow is an odd favorite color.
Yeah, I loved yellow, but
Mm,
green is makes me feel serene and at peace.
mm.
What about you?
Black is my favorite color.
But how does that color make you? What color makes you feel good though? I know black
Black
is your
do.
favorite color. Why? What about
It's
black?
dominant. I love black. It's dominant. When you see it, for me it kind of takes control. It is a dominant color. When you lay certain colors next to it, it makes them colors pop. Like white. I love black pants, white tee. It's like I'm gonna wear that 300 days out of the 365.
Right, I get that, but does black make you feel good inside when
Yeah, it
you?
do. It do. It's like such to me. It's like such a
But
complimentary color
you
as well.
you use the word dominant though. Who are you dominating? Like I need you to
I'm
explain.
dominating my day, my life. I am in control. When I see black, that's what I feel like.
Okay, you
You know what I'm
feel in
saying?
control. Okay,
I feel like in
okay.
control. If you walk down the street and you saw like five dudes all in like men in black suits, you probably might get out their way. I don't know what they own, but like it seems like they own something like type shit.
Okay, I'll let
You
you
know what I
have
mean?
that.
I fuck with black. Brown too though. Brown makes me feel very earthy.
I love earth tone colors in
Yeah,
general.
anything on the earth tone palette. You copying me though, cause yellow and them and orange. What?
That's
You ain't really did earth tone till I did.
that was when I was in high school, but okay.
You didn't though. Don't cap me.
Okay, sir.
Somebody said, "Why are you? Why are we alive?
I saw that question.
Why are we alive?"
I
Big,
think that's I think that's a good
big bro. We gonna find out one day.
I think
I don't
that's a
really
good
know right now.
question. I just don't have the answer to right now in my life.
I said, "Would you guys ever do mint/sage green hoodies?" Yes, they gonna be on the way soon.
Absolutely. Let me pick some questions.
That was
Please.
just a quick one. Go pick a question in, bro. Who the? I don't like you.
That's
I ain't never liked you.
fine. Do you think confidence is learned or found? I think the question is like where do you think confidence derives from?
You
I'll
going
let you
first?
start it since I asked the question.
I think naturally we have confidence. When we kids, we think we're the fastest. We want to show people stuff that shouldn't be showing them. Like, watch me run from her.
Yeah,
Yeah, type
yeah.
shit. Like, I don't know why kids do that. I don't know why I did it as a kid.
I feel like I still have some of that in me. Like, babe, watch me do this.
You
Look
do.
what I can
Like,
do.
especially at the gym, like, or some shit. Like, you really be having that energy. But we have it as kids. And then once we start to grow, we start to see other people good at things that we thought we may have been the best at. And then we may start to question ourselves or however confidence starts to become shaky. It kind of happens for just about everybody.
Not only that, too, like we see other people, but also society telling us what we should look like, what we should be like, the
Yeah, that
media,
too.
parents. I
Yeah.
think we a
Out,
lot of that.
outside influences start to, come in fast.
Yeah, we start to be more conscious of the world around, like not even like just the world on a bigger
Scale.
scale. Yeah,
From whether it's from like ads or just, getting outside more and just noticing things. It happens.
yeah,
But then regaining that confidence is the biggest thing.
yeah.
Far as it, how do you regain it? And I believe in repetition is like the
Mm-hmm.
key to like confidence. And no matter what it is, whether whatever you want to be confident in or just in general have it more, you have to actually go about telling yourself and moving in a confident way more consistently, and it'll start to kind of feel like second nature again.
Right. I agree with that. I agree with everything you said. I think definitely it's something that's within us. Like you said, when you see kids, they be
Naturally
confident, like I can
confident.
do this. I bet I can beat you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
like little stuff
Naturally.
like that. But I think as we get older, around, especially these kids these days, because they have access to the internet. I think
They
I was
do.
just having a conversation with you about a couple of my friends was saying that their daughters don't like the way they look, and even our daughter, we had that problem. Um, I don't even want to call it a problem,
Problem, yeah.
but we experienced
Yeah.
that a little bit with her. And I think it's because social media, I'm not blaming social media, but these children, I am blaming social media, sorry. They grew up with it. That's all they know. Like we were having that conversation. We had a life outside of social media. Like we remember a time where there was not social media. But see,
But we still had forms of media that we still judge like beauty standards
that's
off of
true.
too.
But see, here's the thing I think is a little different.
You know.
They see regular, quote unquote, regular everyday people in their homes. See, we seen celebrities, and although I don't put people on pedestals, I think that there's a difference. Oh, she's a celebrity, but if you are on your phone and it's just so accessible and you see everyday people look quote unquote perfect online, I think you'll start to compare yourself to everyday people. Does that make sense?
To an extent, but it's just like it's it's still the same thing because like celebrity had just been stretched out now more. When we were kids, the only people on TV were actual celebrities, like artists, athletes, talk show hosts, models. You know what I mean? Things of that nature. Now, like influencers has been stretched into that. It's just more people have exposure to the screens and stuff like that. So
Yeah, so you think it's the same
it's the
thing?
same thing. It's just been stretched out to actually normal everyday people can now get involved into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, like you said, we average people, but we influencers online. So
yeah.
somebody may look at you. People have come up to you like what I mean, like very happy, clapping. I'm be like, whoa, blow my
Oh, and
mind.
we've met
Yeah,
people?
yeah. When
Yeah,
people
I
ran up on you,
know.
like so.
I
It,
know.
it just stretched out. I think it just happens. And it could have been in 1901. It could still happen.
Not
It's
1901.
1901. What happened in 1901 to make me say that year?
I don't know.
Maybe my soul was once in that time period.
Maybe.
Probably so. Probably found love. Probably found you.
Probably.
Probably did. Might be our second go round. Maybe third.
Maybe fourth.
I don't know.
But nah, I was just saying like it's easy to get caught up in the comparison trap when we come like when you're a kid. I feel like when I was young, I really didn't think about how I looked.
Yeah,
Especially
you don't
four
remember
or
it.
five. I don't
Yeah.
really remember. But I'm saying when you get 11, 12, 13, I think that's the age
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
start to kind of like pay attention to your physical appearance and compare yourself. And I think that's normal.
Yeah.
I think that's super normal. And it goes back to what you said. We have to go back to regain that confidence. And something that I like to do, even when I start to compare myself to someone and have someone else as amused, I think about all of the things that I love about myself and how unique I am and how there's nobody else like me in this world. Like all these souls, all these vessels here on this earth, there is nobody else like me. That's like, think about that. There's nobody else like you.
That's hard.
And when I hone in on that, I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
like I'm really this shit. Like it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. It doesn't matter how anybody else looks. It's all about perspective and what you focus on.
So
But yeah, but definitely repetition, repetition, repetition.
best tea to drink for gut.
Ooh, so y'all know I love good health. I love me. I have a ginger lemongrass tea that I love. It's a loose leaf tea, amazing. This is also it's not a tea, but drinking warm water, it can do so much for your gut. Like I learned that, like just warm water, it warms you up and it gets everything going in your digestive system. Y'all, this my area. Like I love this shit. Also, lime water. Love me a good lime water.
True.
But yeah, ginger. Ginger is a big one. Ginger,
Lemon
lemongrass.
ginger tea. That's for me.
Yeah,
Number
lemon
one.
ginger tea for you.
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
No other tea?
I don't necessarily know the flavor of what like herbs are in it, but there's one called coat throat.
Oh my
I used to
God,
fuck with.
yes.
I used to fuck with that hard. I don't necessarily know what was necessarily in it. I don't even know what brand makes it.
Oh, I do. Traditional medicinals.
Okay, yeah.
Or I think it's either traditional medicinal or medicinal. It's traditional medicinal. I'm sure that's the brand. And I didn't love it. I like the taste of that one, but I feel like it didn't make my stomach feel too
Yeah.
well. But different things for different people.
That one was them are my tops though.
Yeah, definitely lemon ginger for me, for sure.
And then this one, how to navigate developing self love and self compassion. I'm 25 and still struggling, as you should be.
Exactly, girl. I'm 31.
As you
Still
should
struggling.
be. 25 is very young, so
Yeah.
you probably new into this realm. Just take it easy. You're gonna get to scoring good and everything pretty well over time. just take it light on yourself. That is like self
Self
compassion.
compassion, yeah,
Taking it.
grace.
You not a necessarily this sprint. You more of a marathon. Let's take it slow with you.
And I feel like in those stages in life, I feel like 18, for me personally, from 18 to now, 18 to 20,
Now.
now, y'all, oh my God,
Now.
the insider.
Yeah, yeah.
But from 18 to let's say 25, 26, I think we struggle a lot at that age because we feel like, okay, I'm done with high school.
I'm
I have to
ready.
figure my
I'm
shit out.
grown. I'm
I have
big.
to
I'm
figure out
ready
my
to this shit,
purpose.
bro.
Yeah, I have to figure out my purpose. And I think we put a lot of stress on ourselves
Mhm.
to be who we're meant to be, but just live life, take it day by day. And what's it called when you embrace?
Yeah, okay.
Embrace the experience and just know that when you are aligned with your inner self, you're going to be the person you were meant to be. Just like you said, and give yourself that grace, literally. And what that look like, because I know they ask, how do I give myself compassion, which is basically how I give myself grace. That may look like two different things. It may look like one day I'm crying, I'm distraught. I've literally had days like this where I was supposed to have work done, I was supposed to do this, and I just allow myself to cry, lay in bed, and feel those feelings because I think we don't realize we suppress emotions. We don't allow ourselves to feel things, which I've said a million times. And so for me, all of this shit just kind of comes at once. And so I give myself that grace and time to just lie in bed and cry in bed. A compassion could also look like, because we're so comfortable and we're resistant to doing new things, such as, hey, I want to build a YouTube channel. I have a lot of knowledge in this or whatever the case may be. I just want to share my life. But I don't really feel like editing today. I don't feel like sharing my life today. That's comfort speaking. You really want to share your life, but you're being resistant because you're scared. You're scared of the unknown. You're scared of what's new. That's the time when you say, you know what, I'm gonna get up, make this shit look sexy, share my life, go to a cute ass coffee shop, go to the park, wherever, and edit this shit. So sometimes compassion and grace could look like either of those scenarios.
Yes, and just keep failing and keep forgiving yourself. Keep trying.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Keep failing and keep forgiving.
That's it. That's how you gonna learn to love yourself more. Just by keep trying, keep failing, keep forgiving yourself. Just keep going. Be gentle in this time period. You're gonna go through a lot. You're 25, but these are good times in your life. Every time is good. We just have to
Yeah, every
sit back and
day.
enjoy it. So don't put so much pressure on it, sweetheart.
Definitely. Don't put too much pressure and let go of expectations too. That's a big one.
Okay, how did y'all work through disagreements early on with different communication styles slash love languages?
You want to lead?
Um,
Because we have disagreements every day.
we do all the time. Business disagreements, relationship disagreements.
Yeah.
Whole lot of disagreements gonna come again with the partnership because like I said, it's two
Two
parties
different people.
coming
Yeah.
together, and everything is sometimes we align perfectly on ideas and plans and other times we don't. Um our love languages are kind of different. Mine is more it's less a lot of times it's less words and more action. I'm one that's do things for you um before a whole lot of words or anything like that come out. It's usually my love language. We speak in a lot of different ways. You cook for me. I clean for you. These are kind of like our love
Yeah.
languages and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
The disagreements part, I don't know. It be different. We go through different phases. Like
Yeah.
sometimes she just punched me.
I do. Or
You
I
are
push
vibe.
him. I literally did this morning. This morning, I just
Yes,
kept pushing you, pushing you.
yes.
Which I don't know if that's like super
Healthy?
healthy.
Maybe not.
It may be kind of toxic,
It is.
but I mean, I didn't hurt you.
No, your hits can't hurt me.
But I was just trying to show that I was angry.
Yeah, and then sometimes that's just what it come out of is playful.
Yeah, it's
Very
playful. Like
playful.
I want
Just
to don't get
joking.
it
Don't get
twisted.
it twisted. Nothing like that, but
Very
just joking.
playful. We've always done that. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just like
It just depends on the day.
yeah, and it depends on your partner too. Just how can y'all? Cause we know if we argue with us, we know we not ain't nobody going nowhere. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody breaking up. So it's just like eventually we gonna be like, I'm tired of being angry with my partner. I want to be
Yeah.
happy with them, but I do kind of it still kind of fuck them a little bit. But I gotta get back right with them.
That's how I be sometimes. So like I just be need my space sometimes. And when I say space, it be like 5 minutes. Like I was mad at you and I came home and took a hot long shower, maybe 10 minutes, and then I said something like I asked for the oil. You was like, it's down the stairs. I go get it. And I'm like, I go get it myself. Like it's just like
Yeah, yeah,
little
yeah. Getting back into interacting with each
yeah.
other.
So I don't know. And I think another thing with relationships, it's not, I think we might have said this earlier, it's not 100% agreement all the time. That's not
Mm-mm.
what relationships are about.
Nah.
You just, to me, my relationship is about having somebody who can match me energetically, who knows me and who wants to get to know me, who wants to continue to learn, you know, every dimension there is to know about me. But yeah, we just I don't know, it just depends on the day.
Yeah, but y'all do need to. You can't necessarily say what your love language is. It's just something that's learned over time.
Yeah, and it changes too. I feel
It
like
does.
mine's
It's
changed.
changing. Then like the more we develop our self love, our love for our own selves,
Yeah.
it changes the love we have for each other
Ooh,
in
yeah.
a more in depth way. So it really is communication, analysis too. Like study your partner. You know what I mean? A
Mhm.
little bit. You know what I mean? When things happen, when things go left, how do they be? You know what I mean? What happens?
Yeah.
I used to have it bad about something go bad. I just don't want to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have it bad about that. I'm a lot better now. I can communicate my feelings a lot more thanks to Ree.
Thanks to me. I feel like I don't know, I think you learned it on your own. Communication is really important though.
It is.
I used to be really bad at this because I failed to communicate how I felt, what I liked, because sometimes we don't be want to hurt each other's feelings,
Hmm.
but you have to be real with that person because if not, they're gonna keep doing the shit that you don't like.
Yes, and there's a thin line between being real and just like hurting somebody too. So
Right.
a
It's
lot of
how you
people,
use your
yeah,
words.
but a lot of people like to disguise their toxicity as being real. I'm just being real with you. A lot of
Yeah.
people like try to disguise it as that
Mhm.
when they trying to be hurtful towards somebody.
Yeah, it's all about intention and
Yes,
like the way that you use your words for sure.
just and the biggest thing in relationships, remember y'all are friends. Ain't nobody here to hurt the other person
Mm.
or rule over the other person. I want to see you do well. So
Defenselessness
defenses
in
is like
relationships is important.
I'm not here to hurt you. So if it did hurt you, that wasn't my intent ever.
Yeah, sometimes I forget like you ain't my enemy and I be
Yeah.
wanna like fight you sometimes, but
See what I
I'm
mean,
just
y'all?
kidding.
How do you get through rough patches? Ree helped me like just with the phrase everything is temporary. It just kind of puts everything in perspective. It's all a moon cycle. It will all pass. And it may come back again, but then it'll pass again and all things are like that. Everything is temporary.
Yeah. I love that phrase. It definitely taught me the same thing. Nothing is permanent. Everything is impermanent. Because I think when we're going through these particular things, it seems like forever. It seems like, oh, my heart has been broken forever.
Hmm.
But really it's been 2 weeks,
Yes.
you know? But yeah, that helped me out a lot. What was the question?
How do you get through rough patches?
Oh yeah, yeah. Um and also just practicing some self compassion once again, being nice to myself, making sure I'm like I think having someone to talk to is important. Making sure I have the people who care for me and who have good intentions for me in my corner. That's important
Yeah.
as well. I think that's not talked about enough. I know I think sometimes alone time is romanticized. And alone
Hmm.
time is nice. But don't get me wrong, we're human beings. It's our natural instinct to want to be around other human beings.
It is.
So fuck all that alone time shit for right now. But just being around people who like care for
Yeah,
you,
give
who
you high
truly care for
frequency.
you.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Them people will make you feel when I ain't have a lot of money in life, being around Ree and her high frequencies made your boy feel rich.
I
Rich in
like
something,
that.
you know what I mean?
Rich in spirit.
Yes. So that's one. I just had the question. Okay, a question that we get on the For the Healthy Hoes page often.
What
How do I start a podcast?
started?
That is simply put, go do it. You asking, but you just really need to go do it. In all technical, I'm gonna get to the technical parts,
Mm-hmm.
right? You need a recording device,
Device.
meaning you need like a recording storage device. You need a laptop or something to
I
like
actually don't
record
know
on.
that you need a
You
laptop.
might not. That's what I said. It's a lot of different
A
things.
phone. You could even have
You
a
can have it from a
phone
phone because
for
Spotify for
podcasts.
podcasters has it set up to where you can record right from your phone, just using
Yep.
your phone, the headphones that actually
Yep.
go from your phone.
Yep.
So you just need a hosting device. For us, it's a laptop. It can be a phone, whatever you want to use.
Yeah.
If you go the laptop route, you can get a microphone that has a USB that plugs straight into it.
Yeah, you know more than me. I
Yes.
literally just had it. Like my mine just
Right.
literally.
So this is the technical part. You can get a USB microphone, plug it straight in,
Mm-hmm.
or what we have, because I record music at home, I have an audio interface.
Mm-hmm.
The one we use is a Focusrite Scarlett um 201, I think. I think that maybe or 212.
Okay.
It has two imports. They have one that's even cheaper with one input.
Okay.
You need a microphone. We use the Rode podcast microphone.
Yeah, Rode Pod mic is one of the most inexpensive ones.
Yes, I think they're $100.
I think that's 199.
199.
Yeah, I just looked
Okay,
it up for somebody
okay,
yesterday.
$200 then. But they have even cheaper ones out there.
Yeah.
You don't have to do a visual podcast either.
Nope.
You don't.
We didn't start off visual.
We did not.
Sometimes I still second guess being visual.
Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know how every week you be this close to
Like,
no
should we do
visual.
the visual?
But we're gonna keep it going. And it's going to get better and better.
Exactly.
But these are the technical things you will need for a podcast. Now the technical shit you get off from Amazon in one day.
Maybe we'll leave links in the show notes for the people who are interested in
General
the
podcast.
podcast. We'll leave links in the show notes. Also, follow Spotify for podcasters.
That will help you out a lot.
Because I literally just started following them yesterday and
Got some great advice.
got some great advice about Mike. So definitely, it's so many resources out here online. But follow Spotify for podcasters.
Now
for
that
sure.
is the technical part.
Okay.
The biggest thing holding you back from the podcast
You.
is you. And
Mhm.
that's not just anybody, a podcast,
It's
that business,
anything. Yeah.
anything. Things holding you back is you.
Yeah.
So all that technical shit I said,
It don't matter
It
if
really
you-
don't matter. It take a quick YouTube, how to start a podcast, what I
Yep.
need to
Yep.
find the equipment.
Yeah.
It's harder to put a search bar inside yourself to get you to go out there to
Ooh.
get it done.
Yeah.
So that's what you really need to be on. Like, how do I, search the worldwide me and find my reasons for stepping out there like that?
Yeah.
So that's the real thing that's holding you back from your dreams. It ain't that you don't technically know the shit to go buy, man. You know to go get a camera, a microphone. You know all the shit you need to get, but you having trouble finding your why. You need to dig deep. So that's what's holding you
Yes.
back.
Do some meditation, some journal, some reading.
Mm-hmm.
Go on some walks. Switch it up. Switch it up. Make it different than what you're doing now. Cause
Yeah,
yeah.
and step out there, kid. That's one thing. Just like a lot of you can go on a lot of walks. You can go on a lot of different things, but you just need to get yourself out there.
Yeah.
Stop thinking about what people might think of you when you get to
Ooh.
doing that and things of that nature. Just step out there, kid.
Yes.
If I can tell you anything, get out there.
Just like literally, when I said started, I wouldn't be an asshole.
No, she's not.
wasn't.
But come
But
on,
just
cause
start it. Just do it.
it's if we can research, what I mean, whatever. We done looked up some dumb shit in our lives.
Like literally, like
Everybody has looked up some dumb
what's
shit.
this mole on my leg?
Like,
Google. Like
You know what I'm saying? You just spent hours on WebDM because you had a code. WebMD, my bad. Because you got a code. You just spent hours on WebMD looking shit up. Dog, you can find out how to get this
Yeah.
shit done. You just ain't pushed yourself to.
You just resisting because it's unknown. You don't know how it's gonna turn out, which is beautiful.
It is. Them vi-
Relish in it.
Man, get out there, have some. You need to get out. What damn was it's an old Outcast song? Well, it might be Goody Mob.
I
You
don't
need
think
to
it's get up, get out, and get something.
yeah.
Don't let the
Days
days
of
of
your
your
life.
life pass by.
like real shit. Like get up and get out and do something. Like even if it fails, at least you got the information that failed.
Exactly, and you keep building on that. Let me tell you something. The time that we live in, the internet is at our fingertips.
Bro, business at your fingertips.
Like you can do anything you want to do. The only thing that's
Right.
holding you back is you.
And your opinion of others' opinions of you. That's the
Yeah,
strongest thing that holds most people back is the
absolutely.
opinions of other people, and that shit's not even real. That's a narrative in your mind that you choosing to put on repeat. Like we
Exactly.
said before, nobody said those things.
Nobody did
Nobody
that.
wrote that in the chat. Nobody said that, bro.
Nobody wrote that in the chat. I'm
Nobody. Like
hollering.
that's your ass steady saying it to you at home for no fucking reason at all. Stop holding you back.
Yeah, I think the some of the latest podcast episodes that I did will really help this particular person or
Mm-hmm.
anybody struggling with this. But how to be unfuckwittable
Yep.
and authenticity online and offline. I think those both are great episodes that will kind of answer this question even more in depth.
Yeah. So simply put, started.
Yeah,
Why did you stop making YouTube videos?
honestly, I got really burnt out, and there was just even if you're doing what you absolutely love, if you are burnt out, you're gonna start hating it. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of where I was. And I just needed to take some time, take a step back so I can come back better. When I first stopped making YouTube videos, I was like, I don't even know if I ever want to come back. But now I think it's been about 3, 4 months and I'm missing it and I'm craving to talk to my YouTube community and make those YouTube videos. Um, so yeah, I'll be back.
Real soon. All right. So the last question: how do you overcome having irrecon?
Who?
That's one for me.
That's two.
That is one.
It's two.
How do you overcome having irrecon?
Let me sing.
I know the word, and I keep saying it in my head. Every time I see it, I fuck it up. How do you overcome having irrecon? You just say it.
No.
You just say it, bro. Irreconcilable. Oh
Oh
fuck! I don't
shit.
know why I couldn't say that
Where
word
is it at?
right here. Irreconcilable. Oh shit!
Tears are in my eyes.
Come on, move your hand.
How do you? Okay, hold on.
Put your phone there. You gonna mess up the jet.
Oh.
Okay, here we go.
Whew. How do you overcome having
See, look at you. Did they spell it right?
They did irreconcilable differences
Yeah.
with your family. How do you overcome having irreconcilable differences with your family? Oh my
Yeah, that
god.
word gave me a lot
Oh
of trouble today.
shoot.
Fuck, boy.
Oh,
It's been a good day.
I'm crying.
It's been a good day. So,
Whew.
um, you have to know just because that is your family and we didn't get to choose our families at all, um, that doesn't mean you have to go with every notion that they give you or any culture that is involved in your family. You can step out and find comfort in necessarily being the black sheep of the family. To overcome them is to just have strength in that. Know
Yeah.
that they still love you, you still love them, but you do not
Mm-hmm.
have to be
Conform.
buried or yeah, conform or be buried in their beliefs. You can have your own.
Yeah.
I know if you're a younger listener, high schooler,
You might live at home and it
and
might
it's
be
yeah, it's
harder.
a little harder for you to break loose, but your time will come when you will have the freedom to step out there. But
Yeah.
just know that, more than likely your parents are coming from a very loving
Place.
place,
Yeah, 9 times
with
out of
everything.
10.
Um and just have like I said, just have comfort in knowing that your time is coming and that you still love them, they still love you, but you just can't rock in the same fashion that they do because it's just not healthy for you.
Yeah. For me and from my experience, I have to say that it goes back to having a strong sense of self and who you are and
Hmm.
your decisions. And from what we've both kind of experienced as adults, it's one of the things where we kind of lead by example. I'm not saying our lifestyle is the best lifestyle and it's going to work for everybody, but we eat healthy, and I notice like your mom, my mom, even
My brothers.
yeah, they'll mention like, "Oh, I ate this," or they'll ask questions. Your oldest brother, he calling you asking about smoothies at one point.
Hmm.
So that's one thing. And then the next thing is to kind of just not that you even have to explain yourself, explain why you're doing why. Damn, I cannot talk. I got your curse.
What?
You not yeah, that
That was
word.
one time with me. You had like four.
You did it like 4 times,
I did.
bro.
I did
So
fuck that up.
yeah, so
Irreconcilable.
reconcilable. But communicate with love, like why
You feel so
you're
strongly about this.
yeah, and then they may be able to kind of understand your perspective a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I
There's
know,
that, you know.
and I know some of these things are a little more difficult than others. Some it might be like you don't necessarily like your parents, the religion you're under,
Yeah.
or I know these things are very tough. So be gentle. Come from a place of love,
Definitely.
but stand on what you believe
Believe
in,
in it,
and
yeah.
have confidence that again, your family not gonna cut you off or anything like that. And how do
I
I
hope
put
not.
this? Family is I was finna say changeable. I was finna say you can swap them out. I was finna say changeable.
What?
But no, just because you like born into like your family, your mom, dad, and such, it don't mean you won't go into this world and make family with other people though.
Yes,
So,
agreed.
that's what I mean by, I know you have your family you're born into, but there is family outside of them
Yeah,
inside this world. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like I said, I got family now. Me and Ree are family. Like,
Mm-hmm. And even with friends that we've made, we would consider a lot of them
yeah, family.
family.
So, um, just just know that you are loved and there's a loving community out there for you. So stand on your beliefs.
Yes.
And with that being said,
With that being said, thank you guys so much for allowing us into your space. We're sending you so much peace, so much love, and everything you need in this moment. Bye. Mwah.
peace.